it's Breyonna, and today we're gonna be using the Milk Cosmetics Muerte palette, which they finally brought back. Like, girl, I've been wanting this palette to come back for a hot minute, because I literally bought it and it got pretty much discontinued like right after I got it. And I was like, are you serious? But man, like, if you have never seen this palette, it is gorgeous. Like, even to this day, I have not been able to find anything quite like it. Like, it's smoky, it's kind of bright, and it just has a very unique color story with the blues and the reds. It also kind of has like this aqua-y teal kind of look to it too. I don't know, like, I'm obsessed with it. But before we jump into it though, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on Instagram or TikTok, it's at Breyonna as well. So for eyeshadow primer today, I'm gonna go in with the P. Louise base in Rimmer 0.5. I used this yesterday and I kind of forgot I had it in my collection, so we're gonna go in with it. And I'm taking it on this brush from Morphe. This is a new one from them, and I've been really liking it for my eyeshadow primer, especially like the concealer-like ones. And this is a V103. I like that it has like this little like point to it, and it kind of has like a flatter edge, so you can really get underneath the brow. So I kind of want to play around and do something a little bit different today, so we're going to go in with this sand gris shade right here, this kind of like middle red shade. I'm going to warn you, I butcher the names really bad in this palette. And I also want to point out too that the reds in this palette apply more like a burgundy. But I'm taking it on this Blend Bunny brush. This is a B3. And I'm going to be doing like a winged out shape. And if you've never done a technique like this with a winged out, I personally don't really care how like perfect it looks. I just want the color down kind of where I want it to be. But like this shade in the pan, it definitely looks like a really pretty like oxblood red, but it's definitely like a burgundy on the eye. Like, it applies a lot darker. Like, it looks like the shade right next to it, that Valerio, the deepest red in the palette. But this is actually the second like middleman red. Now hear me out, I kind of want to experiment with this palette a little bit, so we're going to go in with that teal matte shade, the lightest teal shade. And I'm going to use that to blend out the edge. But I'm taking it on this brush I have, again, from Blend Bunny. This is a B1. Now, I've never done it this way, so I don't know if we're going to have to go in with a different shade in between. Okay, it's weird, but I kind of like it. But we might have to go in with like that deepened teal, maybe? I don't know. But essentially what I'm doing, even with this shade, is I'm like pressing it down first, and then I'm doing like these little circular motions. Now normally I don't do this method, but honestly, I've been trying to experiment more with it, especially with this style, because I feel like I get a little bit more precision and things don't overblend as much. Because sometimes with these like winged out ones, when you use really deep shades, I feel like they almost get a little bit too high up. So I'm trying out this technique to see what happens. Okay, that actually looks really cool. And then I'm just going to go back in with more of that red. Yeah, it's making like this really cool like greenish kind of shade. I think the key though to blending these two together is going back and forth between the two and like layering right on that edge and like overlapping. Because I mean, again, like, I'm not having to go in with a shade in between the two, I'm just only using these two shades. But again, I just really enjoy this palette. I think it's very easy to use, even with it being so deep in color. Because sometimes like smokier palettes, like, they can really overblend, they can be like too pigmented and hard to work with, but this one I've never had that issue with. I am so obsessed with this color combination right now. Like, I was not expecting it to look this cool. But okay, I'm just gonna cut the crease and we're gonna do a winged out shape. And if you've never done this before, the easiest way is to take your hand mirror and look straight in. Don't tilt your head, because that is going to make it look really weird later on. It's so much easier just to look straight. And then go slightly above your natural crease, and then follow the shape of your eye. And then I'm just using this little liner brush I have from Morphe. This is from their vegan line, again, like that other brush, and this is a V303. And then for this like little outer edge, I just take my finger and I kind of like feel underneath my brow bone. Like, you can feel like there's like a little dip. And I just take my brush and go right underneath of that. And then just kind of like clean it up. And again, I'm just using that eye primer that we use, the P. Louise. That's all that I'm using right now. And then I'm just gonna take like the tiniest dot of this on that brush that we first applied it with. And then I'm just going to blend out the edge. Just a little bit. So on the lid, I'm gonna go in with the light gold shimmer. I first was gonna do the blue and this, but I thought it would kind of take away from the crease colors, and I really want that crease to be like the pop of this look, just because it's so cool and different with the color combo. So I'm just going to layer it up. I will warn you, this one's a really soft shimmer shade. Like, it definitely has some fallout, so you'll definitely want to do your eyes first if you do decide to use this. The other two shades that we used, though, they didn't have any fallout. It's just this baby right here. Now, I did flip out my background for the purple. I used to use this for a very long time when I first started YouTube, as well as like when I first got like my filming set up, and then I went to the white because somebody like said, you know, you should do white, it would look a lot better. So I did it for a while, and I don't know, but I was watching old videos of using the Muerte palette, and I had the purple background, and I was like, damn, like, why did I get rid of that? So we're bringing back the purple. Let me know which one you like more, but I feel like this kind of gives a little bit more contrast. Yeah, like this shimmer was definitely the play. At first I was again gonna use this like tealish shimmer. Like this one's really pretty on the eye, especially with the reds, but I just felt like it would take away from the crease. You see what I mean? Like the shade's very similar. I guess I could show you. I swatched it on the back of my hand because I wanted to, you know, just kind of see what would happen. But I'm so happy I did the white gold. I think it really just added like that contrast that I was looking for. Winnie's getting a little annoying, so she's going right on my lap. So if you hear anything move or shuffle, or if you hear some meowing, it's her. So for wing liner, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop BFF liquid liner. Now, I really like the brush tip one. The black, I think it only comes in black though, the brush tip, and I think the rest are felt tip. I really want to try out their new ones though. They just launched some like dip into colorful ones, and they look really cool. Like the shades look fun, especially the purple. But I'm just going to be using this, and I honestly think this is one of the easiest liquid liners to use. Like I can't recommend this one enough. Like if you're looking for a good one, this is by far one of my favorites. But yesterday when I did my liner, I did it like thicker than normal. So what I did is, you can kind of see where my eye, okay, if I look down, you can see where my eye crease is right here, my natural crease. And I brought my eyeliner from this to there. And I thought it looked so nice in my pictures that I took. Let's see. Do you see what I mean? Like, I'm bringing it almost up to where my natural crease is. This is so freaking hard to do with a cat on my lap because I feel like I'm gonna like elbow her in the head. Because of where she's sitting, like she's next to my elbow. Or her head is near my elbow, I should say. But if I don't have her on my lap, then she's gonna play and run around, and you guys are gonna hear a lot of banging. And she is a speedy kitty, and she likes to see how fast she can go. So for the waterline, I'm gonna go in with this Lilo & Stitch Wet n Wild pencil. I really like this because it does not budge, and it's really easy to get all up in there because the pencil is like really small. And this is technically the Carefree Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Wild Energy Black. But literally ever since doing that Lilo & Stitch video, I have not put this down. Okay, let me show you my new obsession. And this is a mascara. Technically, it's 3 separate mascaras, and then they're all like magnetic. Which, I mean, like, how cool is this packaging? So with this, though, you get 2 black mascaras, and then you get 1 clear. I like to use the clear one through my brows. But mascara-wise, I like the lengthening one. Again, this is from Kaja. It's the Wink Luxe Lash Trio, I think is what it's called. This mascara is really nice, and I'm somebody, I struggle finding good mascaras because my lashes just suck naturally. Like, they're so stubby. They don't have a lot going on. They can't really hold a curl. They're sparse. Like, they're not cute by themselves. But this mascara makes them look really nice without, like, weighing them down. And I can also use this mascara on my lower lashes. Like, I don't have to go in with a separate one. Because sometimes I feel like with mascara, like the wands are just so freaking big that I can't use them underneath my lower lashes because, again, like my lower lashes suck too. And I feel like I just get like all these like little smudgies, and it's just a big pain in my ass. But with this one, it's like the perfect wand size. Like, it's not like super small where I feel like I really have to like get all up in there for like 10 minutes. But at the same time, it's not too big either. With my liner being so thick, I don't know if my camera will show it that well. Maybe if I do like the creepo, like big eye thing, but this is like a more volumizing mascara. I know it says lengthening, but to me it gives a lot of volume. Let me put you onto my favorite lashes right now. They're $1.55. They're from Shop Miss A. And like every time I wear these, I swear, like on Instagram or TikTok, I won't even be talking about like eye makeup, let alone lashes. And somebody is always like, girl, what lashes are those? And it's these ones. These are the AOA Studio A+ Glam 3D Faux Mink Lash in the style Paris. Now, London are really pretty too, but the Paris ones are like the top tier ones. And I mean, I can get like 30 uses out of these easily. I will say though, like when I cut them, like these ones are already pre-cut because I've used them already a couple of times. I cut mine from the inner part, not the outer part. I know everybody says to cut from the outer edge, but with these ones, I cut from the inner part. But the reason I like these is that they're spiky, but they have enough separation in between the little spikes where you can see what's going on the lid. Because I feel like a lot of times, like really dramatic eyelashes, even like the spiky ones, like they take so much like room from the drama that you can't see the lid work. Which kind of blows, because if you take all that time to make the eyelid look cool and you can't see it, I mean, that just pisses me off sometimes. So I like these ones because like it's fluttery, like from the middle part up, so you can see all of that you did. And plus, like these work with like really heavy makeup, like what I have going on right now. They work with really like soft, like one color on the eye kind of looks. They literally go with everything. So I just did my face off camera, but I don't know about you, but I am just not into foundation right now. Like give me light coverage for my base with like dramatic eye makeup. Like I don't know what it is about that combo, but I've been just really liking it. But we're gonna do the lower lash line, just like how we did the crease. So I'm first gonna start with that deeper red. I don't know about you, but I feel like the crease really almost looks like a purple, even though it's red, or like a burgundy, I should say. But I'm trying to get it like pretty close to where my lashes grow out. I'm trying not to smoke this deeper shade down. And then I'm just gonna go in with that teal right on top. I forgot to mention, but the brushes I used underneath the eye were the exact same I used in the crease. Why dirty more than you have to? But for the inner corner highlight, I'm just gonna go in with that lid shade that we used, again on this brush from Blend Bunny. It's a B2. You could also go in with like a white gold. That'd be really pretty with this too. I am just so blown away with this color combination. Like, I don't know if I've ever done anything quite like it before, and it just looks so cool and interesting. But seriously, like I love this palette. I think that this palette just deserves all the hype and love because it is so cool and fun. And again, like there is not one shade in this palette that I do not love. Like seriously, every single shade in here is amazing. And I feel like a lot of palettes, you know, there's always like one or two shades that are just, you know, not the best, but not the worst. But this one, I do not have that thought whatsoever. Like all of these in here are just like top tier. Like the mattes in here are just so pigmented and easy to work with. Like these ones blend like butter. And also like the shimmers in here, they have like this almost like creamy texture to them. They're definitely not like a cream to powder kind of formula, but they just have like this very nice like buttery almost consistency to them. They feel like super soft. But I will say for a shimmer, they're not like that glittery kind of shimmer. They're more of like that wet metallic kind of vibe. Like if you don't like shimmers with glitter, you will love the ones in here. But even though I absolutely love this palette, it is pricey. For 10 eyeshadows, I paid $58 for mine. I'm not too sure if it's the same price now. I didn't look before I filmed, but again, like it is definitely up there. To me, this palette is also for a certain kind of someone. Otherwise, you might not be able to get a lot of use out of it. Because again, there isn't any neutrals in this palette unless you want to count like the light gold shimmer in here. But otherwise, you know, there's not like a lighter brown or even like a deeper brown to get like a relatively neutral look with. And also like it is extremely deep in color. Like you have to love smoky eyes to like get a lot of use out of this one, because you can see like there is 3 here, 2 here, and then this like red right here is pushing it. So you're looking at 5 deeper shades and then kind of like a deeper-ish red. So there's a lot of deeper shades in here, and also has a very different color story. Like you have blues, you have like these like tealish kind of shades, you have smoky reds and burgundies. Like it's a very different color story. But yeah, so let me know what you think about the eye look, and also let me know if you'd like to see more looks using this palette, because honestly, I really love this one. So if I can get an excuse to use it, I'm definitely gonna take it. But before you go though, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on Instagram or TikTok, it's at Breyonna as well. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!